Welcome. I'm here today to talk to you about senior literature. I'm teaching senior literature this year in several different hours, so I'm not exactly sure which hour your student is going to have it, but I guarantee that they will have a good time in my class. Leading up to senior year, obviously, your kids have been through some craziness, so they survived up to this point. That's kind of worthy of accolades all on its own. But this year switches up a little bit, whereas like ninth, 10th, and 11th grade, we're really building towards preparing them to be able to do some analytical writing and to be able to take standardized tests really well. At this point, as seniors, I make the assumption that they are good at that now. So what I try to focus in on is them a little bit more. I'd like kids to be able to do some self-reflection. I'd like students to be able to have verbose discussions with their peers and actually use their voice, listen to other people's opinions, see if that jives with them. If it doesn't, we have well-reasoned debates and discussions. We're still going to read several novels because this is a literature class. So we're going to this year be reading A Thousand Splendid Suns, which is a really cool novel, very relevant right now. It takes place in Afghanistan during the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And so we get to see some of the unrest in the Middle East, and we get to see the Mujahideen and the Taliban and the American soldiers and how that all kind of mixes together over there. So obviously, given what's going on in the world right now, very relevant. We're also going to be reading Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, which has a main protagonist who is a young man who is on the autistic spectrum, and he lost his father in 9/11. So we've got a little bit of Americana, and we've got some, outsider perspective of a student who deals with disability or is differently abled in some way. And then we also read Out of My Mind, which is a book about a young girl who has cerebral palsy and is non-communicative. So these are really interesting books. We get so many different perspectives on the world and life, and it helps kids build empathy, but it also helps them reflect on who they are and how they fit into their own community. And that's really kind of what my goal is this year, is just to get them to focus on themselves, because after they leave the school, you're making choices, you're making decisions that are impacting you and for the rest of your life. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's pretty much what the class is. As far as policies go, I do give a little bit of reading as homework. That's pretty much it typically. I don't like to give a lot of homework. I don't think it's super effective. But with novels, we have to do a little bit of reading. It's my solemn vow that I will try my utmost to never give them more than 20 pages to read at night. And that's not going to be every single night of their life. Occasionally it needs to be done. And I think seniors can probably handle that. If you have a student who's going to go on to college, I guarantee you they're going to get more reading than that in a single night. Some of you have been there, you know what I'm talking about. We'll do a little bit of writing. Like I said, we're going to do some blogging and some reflective journaling, but we'll also have a few formal papers, not a ton. I plan on doing a character analysis essay, a thematic analysis essay, and maybe something else as far as writing goes. But, they've already had a lot of writing in their career. I just want to make sure that we're doing some maintenance with that formal writing and not letting those skills slip. But it's definitely not my main priority. We'll also do lots of projects, presentations in front of the class, digital projects, speeches, all that kind of stuff, so that they're prepared, they can leave my class, and they know unequivocally they are ready to stand in front of a group and talk about something. Hopefully they will have reflected on their own opinions enough that they're able to back up reasoned discussion, and their perspective of the world has broadened, if you will, a little bit because of the materials that we've done together. So that's my class. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I'm here for you. Feel free to email me. I'm J.O. Fisher, no C, that's JOFISHER @FHPS.net. Contact me anytime. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. I guarantee it. You guys have a great night. Thank you for trusting your kids in my care.